Hey guys, I'm back again with another video. So, if you guys already saw the title, you guys know what this video is about, and it's actually one of the first times I'm actually going to be talking about a subscriber sending me a creepy story, I guess, that they experienced. So, whoops. So, this story, when I read it, I was like, whoa, that is freaky for two reasons, actually. There's two different elements that makes the story creepy, which that makes it even better. Because not just one single thing, but it's two things that, I guess, correlate in a way. Yeah. So, before starting, I'll tell you guys who the subscriber is. Becca. I will be putting on a picture of her account name, and I will be probably writing it down here if I didn't already, because I'm bad at pronouncing names. So if I'm ever doing a live and I say hi to you guys and pronounce your name wrong, I am very sorry. But yeah, you guys should totally subscribe to her. I'm subscribed to her. And yeah, so anyhow, let's get started with this creepy, freaky, I hope never happens to me type of story. So let's go. So because the story, I had it on my phone, and you guys probably know I record on my phone, I didn't have anywhere to actually see the message again because my laptop has no battery, and I just realized I needed to record a video right now. So I actually wrote it down, so that's why I'm probably going to be holding this. So I'm going to be reading off of it, and yeah, I hope not to make this very boring. Really cross my fingers. But now let's actually start with Becca's true experience with this paranormal thing. So she wrote me, because it was my Paranormal Mondays videos, last actual Paranormal Monday video I made, which was like what's going on, spirits, things falling, stuff like that. So she commented, speaking of someone watching you feeling, you know, the feeling someone's watching you, I have a creepy story for you. And she proceeds. I was in my mom's house on my laptop. I was in AOL Instant Messenger. Yes, it was a long time ago, over 10 years. Okay, 10 years ago, I was about 9, yeah. So I wasn't a huge, like, anything on. I had MySpace, which I never used. Hardly ever, actually. And I believe it was either when I was 9 or 10, yeah. I think when I was 9, I was in 4th grade. When I was 10, I was in 5th grade. So it was probably like when I was 10 when I actually made myself a Facebook account, 10 or 11 years old. So I wasn't big on like trying to get an account on stuff like that. I was young, so I have no idea what AOL Instant Messenger is. So I'm very sorry. But yeah, so she proceeds. A message popped up from a random person not on my buddy list. He started talking to me and asking me what my interests were, and I mentioned being really into paranormal TV shows. Girl, same. Well, at one point in the conversation, he said, "I can see you." I was like, "Yeah, right, you're crazy." And he then told me exactly what I was wearing. I started getting really freaked out and logged out of IM. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I still like feel like, when I read this, because it's like the 3rd, 4th time I read this, but that is, no. I had an experience like that a long time ago, but it wasn't paranormal. It was just someone messing with me. But I know the scary feeling that you can get when that happens. Anyhow, let's continue. And I logged out of IM and went on MySpace or something like that. Then a message popped up from the same guy. Yes, I was logged out, saying, "You thought you could get rid of me that easily." So I was freaking out. Then I saw a shadow of what looked like a person in an old-timey hat and trench coat go across the reflection of my laptop screen. So this is the second part that I was talking about. You know, the first part being the weird person that is just like messaging you out of nowhere, and then now seeing a shadow go across somewhere. which in many cases could be like, okay, you know what, I just imagined that it was all something in my head. But you know, you hear all these cases of like someone saw something and there was actually a freaking ghost. So I believe that very, 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 very much. I really believe that. Anyhow, I'm like talking and reading, so I'm very sorry if this annoys you. Anyhow, yeah. In my head, I'm freaking out, but try to remain calm, because when I watch those paranormal shows, they all said that spirits feed off fear. So I then yelled really loud, "Go away, get out of my house," because that's what they did in the show when they wanted to get rid of unwanted spirits. But after that, the random instant messages stopped and didn't have that creepy being watching anymore. Okay, so that is all the story. Besides all the comments I've already made, I felt super, like, I know I already said this, but super creeped out when I first read it. Because as I said, I had a similar experience with that, but it wasn't really paranormal. It wasn't at all paranormal, actually. When I was in 7th grade, I believe it was. 7th grade? 7th or 9th grade. No, 7th or 8th grade. I'm sorry. It was either 7th or 8th grade. I was at this friend's house when my parents were friends with his parents, but we went to the same school, 7th and 8th grade. So that's why I'm not even sure which year it was. And we were in his bedroom with his brother and my cousin and my brother. And they entered this like page or whatnot. I don't even know what the page was, but it was like, you can ask for the future and all that crap. And as naive as I was, I believe that. So you supposedly asked a question and the computer would answer you back, right? Which it was all a joke, because the true meaning of that was that you wrote in the question, and in a secret like slot, it was somewhere where you couldn't really see. So it was like you would put like tab and it would go under and you couldn't see what was else being typed. So that was the answer given. So it was like just a trick for people. And so it started asking all these questions and all that, and I was like, ooh, that's creepy, right? And then the guy who was his little brother of my friend asked like, can you see us right now? Something like that, right? And I was like, yes, I can. It was like, we were like, whoa, what? I was like, yeah. Oh, what are we watching on TV? And obviously it said what we were watching. We're all like freaking out and all that. And then they described what we were wearing, and then that we were gonna die, and somehow, I still remember they said I was gonna die off a plane, falling from a very, very high place, and I'm like, So, that was a similar experience I had, obviously not being paranormal at all, but I know that feeling of, holy crap, like that, no. With the shadows though, oh my god, you guys know, if you guys have seen my other videos, that I do tend to see shadows or movement, you know, like stuff like that. So her being like able to describe that, like she saw and she could see kind of what the shadow mask thing was wearing, that is wow, like oh my god, because every time I ever see a shadow, I see like, I either see a shadow, like if it was my hand, like you see the shadow of my hand, but like of anything else, right? Like if my stuffed animal was like that, and from here I can see the shadow, right? So I could see a shadow, and if I focus way too much on the shadow seems to be moving, which obviously freaks anyone out, like whoa, that shadow moved from an object that is not moving, or from the corner of your eye you see something, you are genuinely sure you see something, then you have that awful feeling. So yeah, I know how freaky that can be. And I've heard that already, what she mentioned that she saw on that show, that they feed off fear. Yeah, like evil spirits, obviously. Because there is a difference. There's different types of spirit, I guess you could say. There's ones that are just the deceased, they are not really technically evil, and then there are the evil demon ones. By the way, this stuff that I know kind of from paranormal is actually from one of my favorite YouTubers, who is Haley Reese. And if you guys know who she is, props to you guys, because she is the best. And if not, go check her out. I mean, She obviously doesn't even know I exist, but I love her so much. Her life, her experience, everything was amazing. So now you know who to subscribe to. One, Becca, and then this amazing big YouTuber who she is amazing. She's great. She's gorgeous. She kind of looks... It's gonna sound weird, but she kind of looks like Lizzie McGuire, actually. Or, well, Hilary Duff, but whatever. I say Lizzie McGuire because I associated Hilary Duff as Lizzie McGuire. But yeah, Hilary Duff, anyhow. But anyhow, I'm just making this way too long. The story was just supposed to be that, and I'm just talking, so I'm very sorry. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. If you guys ever want to tell me stories so I can say it here in my channel, you should actually send it to my email because I would appreciate that very much. I do read the comments, but sometimes I get lost in the comments, and sometimes it doesn't let me show. It doesn't show me the complete message or the comment. So please, that would be amazing if you guys can just send it to my email if you guys want, or any other story. It doesn't have to be a paranormal experience or just something you guys think is very interesting to talk about. I really like getting new ideas for future videos. And yeah, it doesn't have to be paranormal, as I said. So anyhow, I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be tomorrow. I swear, I'm very off with my schedule, but still. Bye guys!